So with that, I hope that my mic is working and everything is correct, and we'll just go. So we're very excited to introduce our newest puzzle, which is called the Flummoxagon. And it's very exciting because it's a new kind of puzzle for us. It is not a jigsaw puzzle. And in fact, it's not only not a jigsaw puzzle, it's not even really a single puzzle. It's sort of a puzzle making system or a set of constraints under which we can make an almost endless amount of puzzles. So it's sort of a geometric logic puzzle. Think of something that is a cross between pentominoes and a Sudoku, where you have a puzzle, it's made of these hexagon tiles, and you have to figure out how to put them together. So what is it? Well, it is a set of what are called polyhexes. Polyhexes is every shape that you can make using hexagons. So the puzzle has 48 colored pieces that are all the shapes one can make with with 1 to 5 hexagons. Each in a set of 4 different colors. Puzzle comes with this frame. And so all of these 48 pieces, they fit into this bigger hexagon. And the challenge is simply to get all the pieces in. And there's a coloring rule. The rule is no 2 pieces of the same color can touch. So that's the whole thing. However, this puzzle, just on its own, starting from this set of pieces, getting them in this frame, has hundreds of thousands of solutions. We don't actually know the exact number just yet. We're hoping to figure that out. But finding one from scratch is almost impossible. And so, what we have instead are what we call scenarios. Jules, I don't think I ever took those scenarios out of the press.
They're not in the.
These are different scenarios. So a scenario is a partially filled grid with a certain number of missing pieces, like so. And each scenario, unlike the whole puzzle, which is hundreds of thousands of solutions, each scenario only has one specific solution. So you can think of this just like a Sudoku. There's maybe, I don't know how many, but probably millions and millions of possible Sudoku boards that can be filled. However, a Sudoku puzzle is just a partially filled board which only has one solution to completely fill it. So we're going to go through a tutorial. Well, let me also say the puzzle will come with 13 scenarios as well as a little instruction card that you can do that have varying difficulty from level 0 to level 5, though that's a bit up to interpretation. And so today we're going to go through some scenarios of varying difficulties, sort of showing the general strategy for doing the puzzle. And these ones that we're going to go through are not ones that come with the puzzle, so no spoilers. These are special puzzles we made just for the stream. So this is a level 0 puzzle. Level 0 puzzles indicate puzzles where every single move is a forced move. So what that means is, at any point while you're assembling this puzzle, there's always a piece that has to go only one location. So first, we just set up our board. We take all of the pieces that are on our scenario card, and we put them in. This is the meditative part of the Flummoxagon before one becomes flummoxed. Some may even suggest this could be the whole puzzle, just aesthetically arranging pieces in a grid. So, let's get ourselves zoomed in. There we go. So how did we get to this puzzle? That is a question. How did we end up making the Flummoxagon? Well, this is really Jules' pet project. Jules, even before he started working at Nervous System, was playing with these sorts of patterns of kind of packing shapes within some sort of boundary. And he built a solver to do this, which solves a problem which is called an exact cover. And so he was interested in making a puzzle like this. But in fact, first just proposed kind of the blank version. He had made this sort of for himself, for friends. But the puzzle had some problems. One is that it already exists. Other people have made this puzzle. And there are many other polyhex puzzles as well. Not necessarily a problem in and of itself, but, you know, we want to do something new and exciting. But also the problem was that it has sort of limited playability. So Jules had said that he, went and did the puzzle. It took about 20 to 30 minutes for him to do. And once you do it once, even though the puzzle has millions of solutions, without the colors, there's even more solutions. There's not really a reason to do it again. There's not some, aha, now this J-looking piece is in a different place. It's not that's very motivating. And so we came up with the idea of, what if we put colors on the pieces, and then that gives you multiple ways of doing the puzzle. So this is sort of just with the idea of, well, if you have the colors, then you can do it if you're ignoring the colors, and then you could do it using the colors in different ways. So you could have a coloring rule like the one that we're using. No two colors of the same can touch. Or you could have kind of the opposite rule of every piece of the same color has to touch. And so this gives you a reason to simply do the puzzle multiple times and get more than 20 to 30 minutes of play out of it. Which seemed like a good idea, except when we started to try to do the puzzle and quickly came to the realization that with the coloring rule, the puzzle may be practically impossible. Which is kind of interesting, that even though it still has many, many thousands of solutions, by sort of adding just a little bit of constraint, it takes it from something that is like fairly easy, not super easy, to something that is just completely unreasonable. And so we had to come up with a new way of playing the puzzle. And that way was to add these scenarios where instead of there being thousands of solutions, there's only one solution. And we found that this is a pretty fun way of doing the puzzle. So I'll start with just saying how you shouldn't do the puzzle. How you shouldn't do the puzzle is kind of like, some people who have played around with this puzzle think of it just as like a normal tiling puzzle where you're kind of just going on vibes. You're like, oh, I found a place where this piece fits. Doesn't that look nice? That looks nice. Let me just keep going and find more places that things can fit. I don't know. This can fit here. Doesn't that look nice? And just kind of keep going. And this is a very good way to get yourself flummoxed. Look, I've made this shape, but there's no pieces that fit there. Now I just start putting pieces in again. And so this is a great way to get yourself lost. And really, as I've said before, you kind of have to think of it more like a Sudoku. So the pieces that are there create a set of constraints. And the biggest constraint is the color. So we can look at different areas and say here, this area is bordered by a blue, a pink, and an orange. So that means this has to be green. So then we can ask, what green piece fits here? We only have 3 green pieces. Does this piece fit? No. Does this piece fit? No. So there's only one green piece, and there's only one way it can fit there. So that's what we mean by a forced move. This piece has to be green. There's only one green piece that fits there. It's got to go there. And so then we can continue in that fashion. Here we've got blue, orange, green. That means this area has to be pink. It's got this little triple hexagon area. We only have one pink with a triple hexagon. So we can put that there. Here we've got orange, green, pink. It's got to be blue. What blue piece fits there? Once again, there's only 3 blue pieces, and only one of them could possibly fit there. We can keep going. Now this is not as constrained. We got blue and orange. So that means this can be green or pink. However, actually, we might have 2 pieces that can fit here. So then this would not be a forced move. We have this, and we have this pink. And so you could explore this 50-50 here. There's 2 possible pieces that can go there. But since this is a level 0 puzzle, we know that every move is going to be forced. Therefore, we don't even have to necessarily explore that if we don't want to. We can look for moves that we know are going to be forced. We can look here. This, technically can be blue or pink, but with this other blue so close, practically speaking, there's not going to be any blue piece that can fit here. So this has to be pink. And we can see what pink pieces fit here. None of these things are going to fit. This V piece could fit technically, but it's looking real unlikely. But actually, no. Maybe it is this V piece. Maybe it is. We can explore this, sure. We could do that. And this is forced green. We could do that. This is a slightly questionable way to play, but really, I think that V piece is forced. If we backtrack a little. Hello, Radical Puzzler. Let me backtrack and just show the other possibility, since that'll be more obvious. The other possibility is this piece. But if we put this piece in, well, one touches another pink piece. That's no good. Also leaves this 2 hole and this 1 hole. We don't have a 1 and a 2 piece. So that's not going to work. This doesn't fit any other way. This one doesn't fit. It has to be the V. The only way that the V fits is like that. So then we're going to have a cascade of forced things. You know, this orange piece, clearly the only thing that fits there. Green piece, the only piece that fits here. Okay. So now we can look for more forced moves. Now, sometimes the forced moves are a little bit tricky. So, like, there's this triple here. We really have to fit a triple hexagon there. You know, there's not really any way that you can put any other piece there, because if there were, and I don't even think any of these pieces fit, but if we could even fit one of these pieces here, it would inevitably leave a 1 hole, which we can't do. So the only piece that's going to go there is the only piece that we have that has this little triple hexagon, which is this orange piece, which is probably sort of an easier move to find than the V piece in a way. But sometimes these kind of shape-based constraints can be harder to spot than the color-based constraints. So now we're going to be down here. This is technically blue or pink, but once again, we got a pink piece real close by, so I think it's going to be pretty hard to fit a pink in there. You know? So it's going to have to be blue, and the only blue thing that fits is that one. Here, once again, blue and orange means we're going to be pink or green, but this green is also very close. That's going to leave us very constrained, but we can do this. That is a possibility. And the pinks might also be impossible here. This pink doesn't fit. This one does. So that's kind of a 50-50, which means it's not actually a forced move. But we'll explore this anyway. So, this is a possibility. Leaves us with blue or orange here. The orange piece technically can fit. You know, this is like we've gotten down to the point where there's so few pieces, we can try to brute force it and see just what works. And look, it works. We finished the tutorial puzzle. Now, hello Fuzzball. This is, you know, what we're calling a level 0, so potentially the easiest sort of puzzle. Sometimes those levels can be a little bit, let's say, subjective. You might find a level 0 that you think is harder than a level 1, but they'll at least usually be within, like, 1 level. Alright, Jules. Do you have anything you want to say about the puzzle? that I have not already said.
It's fun.
Now we have a few more scenarios for the stream. We've got a level 1 and a level 3. We're not sure if this level 3 is going to be possible. In fact, it might be more of a level 4. We haven't tried it. Alright, so we can set up another one here. Now this level 1 should be pretty easy. Should be kind of just about as easy as the level 0 that we just did. I mean, frankly, I was a skeptic. As I am with many of Jules's ideas. Comes here, he's like, what about this thing? I'm like, that's a terrible idea. But then, we started out with this. I was like, that's a terrible idea. We can't make that into a puzzle. But then we've been working on this, and we've come to what is now the Flummoxagon. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit addictive. And also, the other thing is, so it comes with these 13 scenarios, but we're going to have a site on our website, nervo.us/Flummoxagon, where we're going to have updated weekly puzzles. Unless it somehow becomes, like, so popular that we need daily puzzles, but I doubt that. So, not only will you get the 13 scenarios, but there'll be constant updating set of scenarios and an archive of those scenarios that you can do. So never-ending Flummoxagons. And if it really gets popular, we'll make a version of it that's an app. But that won't be quite as satisfying as having the physical thing. And the other aspect of the puzzle is that, or making the puzzles, Jules made this solver for solving these kinds of patterns, and of course specifically solving this puzzle, which at first was kind of useless if you're not thinking of it in this sort of more constraint-based way. We can find thousands and thousands of solutions, but what do you do with them? But with the scenarios, all of a sudden, we need this solver not only to make the scenarios, but also that's how we determine their difficulty. So we can use kind of the stats of the solver to determine how hard we think a puzzle is going to be. Now, Jules and I are sort of expert level solvers.
Yeah.
But do we want to, you want to try your hand
Give me the center of the puzzle.
at a puzzle, Jessica?
Not right now. I just want to get you to put it in the center. Also, you can see the top camera through the other camera. It's in the scene. Maybe you can just crank the fan a little.
What does that matter?
Well, now it's further. Is it not working anymore?
Working just fine for me.
Okay. It matters because I'm trying to make this footage for things we can use it.
Jessica, what have you done here? Now my head is cut off.
Oh, okay. How long is too much of the other cameras?
Stop messing with it. What are you doing?
Well, how can we get it so the camera is not in the shot?
We don't need to do that. It's fine. Nobody cares. Can't hear who. Were you talking about Jules? What did Jules say? I don't know what Jules said. I don't know. Sheila said, cannot hear him. What is he saying?
Oh, sorry, that was
But I don't
not
know
me.
what the context was. Or if the context is just Jessica whispering about the camera. You're pulling out the early prototype
Yeah.
here.
This is
Hello,
the
Smelly Gaster. You can't see that.
that's the actual first kind of version of the puzzle, and that one seems like it's actually really impossible and unfun.
Well, only if
But
you care about this path.
yeah, there's a path that goes through all the tiles, and the object would be to make that path continuous through all the tiles. Very
Jessica, do you want to try to do a scenario? I'm going to take that as a no. Alright. We'll just do this one. It's a level 1 scenario. I would say that the kind of feeling of difficulty between a level 1 and a level 0 is about the same. They're not really different in difficulty, in my opinion. It's just the difference is a level 0, there's always going to be a forced move. Whereas in a level 1, there might be moves that aren't completely forced, but they're going to be like pretty close. So we can start right here. We need a green. We only have 2 greens. Only one of them fits. We're going to do that. We've got a forced orange. It's very deep. There's only one orange piece that's that deep. It's got a forced pink. Let's see. Now the pink, we've got this 3-piece. So the smaller the pieces are, the kind of harder they are. In fact, we have never made a scenario and played it with a 1 or a 2-piece. That's not entirely true. We did have one scenario that is not included with the puzzle that we used in testing early on with the 1-piece. It was tricky. I kind of felt like I had to guess how it would work. But you can sort of see how that adds difficulty of like, this 3-piece, it can fit a lot of places. So it can turn, a spot that would have been kind of more easy, now all 3 pieces can fit here. So this is going to fit in a lot of places, making it less constrained, making it a harder piece to use. But we can kind of move on to different areas. We know this has to be pink or blue. Once again, this little piece is going to fit everywhere. So that one's going to fit there. These other ones probably not going to fit there. So we know that one fits there. Then we can move on to blue. Blue also fits. Boom. That's not going to fit. This isn't going to fit. So this gives us a 50-50. See, does this look constrained enough to determine whether or not it's possible? I mean, not really. Not particularly. So that might not be a good 50-50 to explore. Also got this spot. We've got this pink piece that is very flexible. And not a lot of pink constraints. We only have this one pink piece in the puzzle. That means there's going to be a lot of places that things can go. This pink piece can go almost anywhere on the board. making it somewhat tricky. You know, we know that this is forced pink right here, but there's going to be a lot of things that fit there. Some of them look a little awkward. Of course, this little guy's going to fit there, and this thing's going to fit there. So that's not the most productive constraint. I might feel like I just should go with, you know, something. We could just kind of vibe it out here and be like, well, you know, this looked like a good direction. We'll hold on to this three-piece for a little bit and see where this leads us. It's not a thing I like to do in these puzzles. Already this level 1 feels tricky, but I could also be missing something. But orange can go there.
Can we get all the pieces on the board so you can see it? The ones that are like too low, you can see them.
This is, you know, looks like, oh, that looks highly constrained. What could we possibly do? We've got this pink piece. It can go there. This makes our lives difficult. Now I'm just sort of going based on vibes, which is generally a bad idea. This is finally, we've maybe reached a point where I've gotten flummoxed, where this is forced green, and we only have the one green piece, so we cannot do this. So we may want to back up here. Explore our options. You got any ideas what we should be trying here? So we've got these two pieces. These are guesses. Total guesses. We know this has to be green or blue. Doesn't really look like green is very productive here. Here's another sort of interesting way that you can eliminate moves is this makes a hole. We can count how many whole hexagons are in this hole. There's 7. So that basically means it's impossible because we only have 2 pieces that can go together to make 7, and they're not going to fit in here. And when I say they're not going to fit in here, they do fit in here. Damn it! Or maybe this is just the perfect solution. Who knows? Who knows? Clearly, I've just found it, obviously. Probably not. Because this becomes forced orange, and I don't think any orange fits here. There's our other orange piece. Doesn't fit there. Technically fits this way, but this is so awkward. There's no way this is possible. So we're backing up. We're going to be like this. Green. Can't go here. No green allowed here. That would mean that has to be blue. That doesn't work. Once again, we got this pink. This pink piece gives us so much freedom. We can make weird moves like this. This obviously doesn't work. So it forces this. How is this easy? How is this level 1 so hard? Who made this? This isn't gonna work. This has to be pink. It doesn't fit. And we're still working off this 2-move start that could very well be wrong. No reason to think that it's correct at all. That doesn't work. This, we can see this little cavity. Well, actually, no. Damn it! Does work. Why? This fits here. The orange doesn't fit there, right?
And then that green can't be filled in the top.
Oh, when this can't be filled either. Oh, this is just dead. This is dead because it's pink. It's got all 4 colors. We're just gonna have to like go all the way back, aren't we? Reconsider.
Whoa.
Okay, well we haven't tried this. This piece. Oh god, no way. No way, right? That's just dead. Already. We don't have anything that long.
No.
But that's something. This is forced orange. Probably this way. I don't think there's any other way it goes. Okay. Now what? This is forced green or orange. Orange. Pink. Pink. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Is there any... No way this goes any other way. I mean, I've just sort of been vibing this part, so... We can do this. But then this is forced down here. That doesn't seem the best, but maybe it's possible. This is forced...
Yeah. You got it.
We did it! Oh, that was way harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's fortunate that those first 2 guesses were correct.
They looked good.
Yeah.
So that's level 1. Do we dare? Do we dare try the next one? Now, so this is sort of a good demonstration of the cards. I don't know if you can read them, but they have the level, just a title that we choose to give it, and a number of missing pieces. We can see this one, the level 0, had 14 missing pieces. This level 1 only had 12 missing pieces, but it was way harder than the level 0. So the number of pieces is not an indication of difficulty. This one also has 14 missing pieces, same as our level 0, but it's a level... It's probably more of a level 4 than a level 3. And I would say that usually a level 4 is going to take me something like 40 minutes to over an hour, depending. And that's when I'm not on stream. Which makes it harder to keep track of things.
Yeah, this one uses all the orange pieces.
Yeah, so a lot of the scenarios that we included with the puzzle and that we'll be making in the future, I'm sure, are puzzles that have all of one of the colors in the board, which means you kind of get an extra color constraint. And what I mean by that is you'll now only need 2 colors of the right colors. Sure, just put things in if you see them. Well, anyway, you only need 2 different colors to force a specific color in one location. But I'm not convinced this necessarily makes things easier or harder on its own. Well, so we're already grading the difficulty of these puzzles based off of how difficult it is for the solver to do them. And so the question is a puzzle that takes the same difficulty for the solver that is missing one of the colors easier than the puzzle with the same score that has pieces of all colors. Okay, so here we've got a forced green. That's obviously the most constrained spot. We've got this piece. That's possible with either of these. I'm going to set that aside as our candidate. But this piece, that's funky. Doesn't work. Eliminated, that's obviously eliminated. 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 We've got a forced first move. And a forced second move. Hooray. Well, no, we don't have a forced second move. Damn you, 3-piece. Okay, so we've got this, and we've got this. This is actually much more constrained of a move. Because now we've got this deep thing, has to be blue, has to be this piece. So we'll just continue this way and see where we get, I suppose. We've got this wall with a green piece right here.
Or pink.
Oh, right, green or pink. So this is what you get a lot with these missing orange pieces puzzles, let's say, is now we have every other piece is orange. So we're not actually color constrained, like, at all.
What does the other pink piece look like when we try it?
Like, what do we have as a possibility? I mean, we're still forced blue. You're like, can we eliminate this? That's a possibility. Can't fit this anymore. This certainly doesn't work. It leaves a 1. And then that's only leaves us this. And that is... This can be green.
Keep that one.
One.
Can it be this one? It has, yes, it has to be this one, I think. Because this doesn't fit. And this doesn't fit. It has to be this. So you're like, this is more constrained, so we should follow this. Now we have forced pink. We can do this. Or we can do... No, we can't do this. This is the wrong...
See how I organized all your pieces by color?
No,
I also put them where the camera can see them.
I see nothing. Now this forces us to have an orange piece, so that's no good.
If you keep them right close, then we can see them.
How nice. Once again, anything like this is going to force us to have an orange piece. So this is going to have to seal us in. Alright, well, at least we're getting somewhere. This actually feels, like it might be more constrained than it looks. Has to be pink or green in that spot. You can do things like this, but that's going to be so constrained that it's going to be hard to find pieces. Of course, we have pieces. Sadly. Maybe it's not as constrained as it looks because of these stupid tiny pink pieces we have. Gonna be able to do all sorts of things here. And that forces us to have orange. That's illegal. Maybe we can do that.
What's gonna go in that hole?
Probably nothing.
Doesn't look like any of your green pieces can go in there.
You could put the long one, but then you
Then
have
you
a
have an even
big
smaller
gap. That's
hole.
not good.
It's no good.
But
This seems like it's no good. But I mean, there's a lot of things to try in here. You could do that. That's a perfectly legal move. Which, I don't know.
You still have the same blue in the same spot.
Do this. This almost forces orange, but not quite.
What? Does anything go there? Or blue is the only thing
Technically,
No.
yes, but
go
no.
there? No.
Back it up, back it up. Alright, well, we still have this. This is still a 50-50.
yeah.
Which ones did you try there so far? You
We've
tried the green
tried
one?
this and this. But I mean, there's so many things that could go here. This can go here. Are there any other greens that can go there? Maybe not, realistically. There's no way that works. Okay, so we eliminated this move, right?
Move your hand. I can see what the move is.
Eliminated this move.
Yeah.
And then we eliminated the green,
Yeah.
this green. This is eliminated, and then no way this piece is going there. Okay, so we still have all these pink pieces. We eliminated this move.
Did we?
Mm,
I think so, didn't we? No, we
I don't
didn't.
think so.
Don't
Damn
think
it.
so.
Oh, jeez.
You gotta put a green in between those ones, right? It's
Not-
weird little.
No, I mean, this
hole.
green or blue in there.
Okay.
This, is almost forced green, but
Mm,
not quite. could technically have a blue there. I don't think you can, though. I think this is forced green.
You could have a pink there as well.
Well, no, you can't have a pink there.
No.
The point is that this is basically forced green, but you could technically still have a blue here, but then you'd have to get a pink there.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then,
you could
which,
put a pink there,
no,
right?
you
Oh,
can't.
because it's too short
No,
the other
no, you
direction.
can't put it to touch the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't put a pink there, basically.
Because of this one.
Because the only pink that you can fit there is this, which then forces your blue to fit here, which you can't do. So then both of these have to be green, which that doesn't
No, it's not
work.
blue to put there.
And then this, you could, I guess they
Put
don't
that skinny little pink there.
do this.
Oh, we had
Oh,
that
no.
stupid triangle again. That was a failure the other time.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So anyway, going all the way back, this seems possible. We have 10. We have a 10 hole. That's your most reasonable hole. 2 5 pieces. But we don't actually have that many 5 pieces, making this slightly less reasonable because these are
Well,
only
what
2
about
5
just
pieces.
put this one here and then put this pink one here?
Oh wait, no, it's 8 hole. Never mind.
That works.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Jules, careful with your cards under your elbow. You
Thanks.
just put a shove them in the box.
But this becomes very awkward because this is forced blue. We only have one blue piece
And it
left.
doesn't fit there. No matter what you do. Is
Yes.
there any way to... No.
No.
Okay.
So this doesn't work.
Do we need to go all the way back to before you got to here? And do you remember what that was?
Well, so this is the move where we're still testing. And we've eliminated several things. We've eliminated all greens. We've eliminated this and this. Yeah. We have not eliminated... This doesn't work, right?
No.
Okay, we haven't eliminated this move. It's the move we have not eliminated here.
Mhm.
This is where we started, right? Is this already eliminated just right off the bat? Technically, no.
I
But
don't think you can fill that anymore.
nothing goes there, right? We just don't have any pieces that fit there. Wait, never mind. Never mind. Once again, you can do this move. Seems like a pretty good move. I don't know if it's forced, though. This gets dicey. Back up here. This is forced blue. What blue can possibly go here? That can go there.
Oh.
Can't go there. Nothing else on this
So-
piece goes
So
there.
put that back.
So it has to be this.
Your greens are too big to go in there. right?
Well, oh,
They're too big.
well, they're not too big if you could somehow combine them with this 3, but
No,
you can't.
there's no way to put this here.
So this is just screwed,
Yeah,
right?
this is no good.
So does that mean
We gotta go back.
with the 3?
Does that mean we're
That's
back over
good.
here? That's a good question. That's a good
Mhm.
question. This is why this is a level 4. Even though it's labeled 3, it's definitely not. Did we verify the chain of logic after this move that all of these are forced?
Not sure.
this was definitely forced. And then this was definitely forced. And the only question is, was this the only move?
No,
No.
it wouldn't be.
Well, actually, no, it could be.
Just the,
Because these have so many. This is like forced orange. And so is this. This is one. I guess did we do this?
I don't think so.
Wait, but this is forced orange.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes. So if we think we've properly eliminated every piece that can go here, then this is bad. Which is a highly questionable
Uh-oh, I knocked.
assumption. But let's say it is. Let's say we did it properly. We can go from here. So that. And that. Now we can go back to doing the same test we did before on this piece.
Do we have to test that same spot? Can
No.
we pick a different spot to test? We're sick of
Well,
that spot.
the reason to test this spot is that you're gonna have some of the same patterns. Of course, this hole is way different, so that most of our things were eliminated in that hole. It doesn't really.
Maybe we should just start in this hole then.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll run into the problems faster.
That hole does not look very constrained.
I don't know. You gotta put a green piece in there, or green or a pink? I
Pink.
guess.
There's a lot of pink. So this forces pink here, which is kind of awkward, but it's not that bad. This gets awkward, but it's also not that bad.
You're just vibing right now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you were like, is
Yeah,
this
it's
a
okay.
viable
No,
piece?
sure,
The answer
we can
is
try,
yes.
We can try the other spot.
And then, we've got moves like this. This move is at least very constrained. Like, these both have to be green, so that's pretty awkward. You can't cover them both with the same piece. So then you need to do that. No, that doesn't work. That forces orange.
Hmm.
So this may just be impossible right off the bat.
Yeah, okay,
I
so
think
take
this
that
is
one out.
impossible right off the bat. And you can technically do that, but
Well, what
then
green one can
yeah,
go
then
there?
you need another green there, so no.
Okay, so we take that one out.
Okay, so this is not viable. Which one was viable? This one? It's the move we did? 4. Okay. Let's do the easy things. Is there any green that goes there? No?
Mm,
Eliminated. Eliminated.
Nope.
Nope. Other way?
Yes.
Okay, we once again are forced green here. Does other things work there? No.
No.
Probably nothing else works there, right?
That one doesn't work anywhere.
Works somewhere. Yeah. So that's the only move there.
Then I need a blue in that hole. None
yeah.
of the blues, just that one, I guess.
Don't they all work?
Well, there's only 2, but I don't really feel like that one works.
Probably not very well, no. This piece is super awkward.
No, doesn't work. That works at different angles, does it?
Does it? Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work this way.
Okay, so just one angle then. So stick it in.
Okay, so now pink.
Got a lot of options.
Do I?
Do the three.
No, but the 3 doesn't work either.
Hmm.
And this is
This
bad,
doesn't
right?
look good.
This is impossible.
You made a 1 hole. So we gotta go back again.
Okay, so this is just... What did we eliminate here? Fuck.
It was ones over here. It's like all those pink ones.
Yeah. I mean, this one's not going to work, right? This just doesn't fit.
Do you ever think you need to start completely over?
No, absolutely not. We're barely gotten anywhere. We just did these 2 forced moves. We only have forced moves. Oh, yeah, there were other forced moves. Other forced moves.
Well,
No, there's nothing to stop. Anyway, we eliminated the pink pieces here. And then, did we eliminate green pieces? What? Stop that.
I'm just looking over here, just wondering what can go down here. It's a weird area.
yeah.
Lots of things can go down there.
I don't know.
Green. Why are you putting a blue piece down there? That doesn't make any sense. Green or pink. There's millions of green pink pieces that can fit here. Lots of things. Well, mostly pink
There's
things.
this pink here that I was wondering what can go fit in that little nook there. So I was trying a blue. Could also be a green.
Yeah.
Does anything fit here? Yes.
Just that.
Other things fit.
No.
This fit. Not that one. This fits.
Yeah. This is also like, this is pink and can't be.
Well, no, that's just nothing.
Yeah.
Yes. Did we eliminate this already or no? Probably not.
I don't remember that one.
This is pink and pink next to each other. So you want those to be eliminated by the same thing? Or you need to do something awkward? It's like, you can't do that. Sure we didn't already eliminate this? Can't do that.
I feel like there's not many pieces that can go there. I think that could be a good spot to work.
This spot with the pink?
Yeah. When you get sick of your current spots.
I mean, so you're like, can you fit any blue pieces there? Probably not.
Yeah. Well, I guess my general thinking is you have a lot of small pink pieces, so trying areas that are not pink, like that have to be blue or green, is more constraining because those are big honking pieces that don't fit well anywhere.
Yeah.
Any areas you're trying where you can shove pink pieces, you have too many options.
That's pretty much the only piece that can go there. But then you're forced pink, and it's like super awkward. There's nothing that goes there.
That's green though. Maybe.
What?
This so is green.
Well, yeah, but
So-
I'm saying this is already like eliminated as a move.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think you can put blue there.
Okay, so then
So
we
then
would.
you're
There's
saying this is green.
a couple of green options.
That's pretty constrained. Though maybe not that constrained.
Because we have these stupid 3 pinks.
Well, I mean, you put this here and then...
Oh, I can finally
that's
use
eliminated.
this. Oh no, I can't use that. Never mind.
No. Maybe this is impossible.
So not that green.
Well, not that orientation
Not
of
that
that green.
orientation. There's too many options.
I mean, now you can do lots of random stuff. I guess that's not
Does
very.
does that have to go there?
Yeah, pretty much. This go there? Yeah, this could go there. And then that could be green, which, is viable.
Wait, did you ever figure out what can go in there? Doesn't seem like anything goes in there.
Well, I mean, this piece goes in there.
But then what
This is
goes in
what
the
I
next spot? What can go in there? Doesn't that need to be
Green.
orange?
Well, it has to be green.
Well, yeah, but can you really...
That would be this one.
Yeah.
And then blue.
Wait.
This one.
Yeah.
Nope, it's nothing.
Is anybody still watching the stream?
So not that green. We've eliminated one green.
Yeah, that's pretty green.
But there's no pinks that can fit there.
I mean,
Oh,
of
that's
course
stupid.
there's
There's the
pinks.
3 pinks. I mean, there's only
There's
the one.
always pinks.
There's only one
No,
option.
and this one.
That one can go?
Yes. That one forces this or this. Both of which are viable. This one is less viable. Is this? No. No, that one's not viable. But this one's fine. Pink and blue.
Yeah.
But can anything blue really go here? So close. But now. Is there other blue option?
It doesn't.
No way. Okay, so that doesn't work. So that means this doesn't work. So what if we didn't try this one? Here, so this is forced green. Is there anything that goes there? This? Does this go there? Technically also yes. Now we're forced blue. No. And no. This goes, but no. No blue piece is gonna fit there. So no. No. Okay, so that means that it's just this piece is eliminated as a potential green piece that goes here. Sadie's still watching. She figured it out yet? Okay, so we eliminated these two pieces as possibilities. There's so many more. I don't know. This is forced, but it's not, because it could also be this. And then we also have the same sets of moves here that are going to be forced, but these are all going to be not viable. So this is like done all of these similar moves before.
That pink one doesn't go there, no mind.
Nothing goes there because it has to be blue.
Yeah.
Then I still.
This is gonna be it.
No. This doesn't work. Right, this is totally unviable. What?
I don't know. I was supposed to get these in there. Touch just the other green.
Yes.
Bluey.
So that's one orientation.
We tried this one doesn't go in there. We tried that.
That's the one we're just doing.
Did we eliminate that one?
Yeah. There's no other orientation that this fits, is there? It's like that.
Okay, let's try that.
That looks horrible. How many things we have? We have 9. So it's a 4 and a 5. It's possible. But so it would have to be like, no, that doesn't work. It's the wrong orientation.
We always end up sticking the 3-1 in there.
But it has to be a 4 and a 5. You can't stick a 3 because there's 9 holes. And one of these has to be pink. I don't think this works.
What about this one?
Doesn't work. That has to be pink. No, we can't go there. This has to be pink. This is a 4, but it doesn't fit there. No.
Did we try all the green pieces at this point, or are there any other?
No. We haven't tried this green
Okay.
piece. I mean, theoretically, one of these has to work, right?
Yeah, it has to.
That doesn't work, right? That's just mathematically eliminated. Anything fit in this hole? Are we missing something that could fit here at all? No. This just doesn't work.
Well, I mean, this fits in the hole, but then you're left with bad holes. Fit? No,
No.
it's exactly opposite of fitting.
Yeah.
Damn it, just flip it over.
Ugh. God. That's so ugly. It's not so easy to just eliminate, though.
True.
This gets real awkward, though. Put this here. Does anything else fit there? This?
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe less awkward.
Yeah, I think you want to fill up this.
The
first.
hole. The hole always kills
Well,
us.
yeah.
They don't waste your pieces in the non-hole area.
Well, I mean,
You might need that one.
and this is forced pink.
Yeah. But I feel
So,
like a lot
like,
of things fit there.
Do they, though? I mean, you could do something like this, but then
Well, you also have the
what do you have
3-piece
left?
and the long piece.
7 is possible. Nope.
No. But that doesn't have to go there, right? You may take that
No,
out.
so that doesn't
Yeah.
work. I mean, you're like, you could do that, or some variation of this.
This one also can go there.
Sure.
This is pink here too. So the blue pieces don't go there.
Hmm.
Are we sure this? Yeah, that one's too long. Okay, so let's put.
Well, that seems kind of bad. Like, you'd have to do this. You're not going to span both of these spots with one pink piece.
Okay, so put it in. Then what?
Is that
If you
true?
put it in, then it's forced blue and you can't do anything. Because of the neck here. There's no way to put a blue there. So it has to cover up to here.
That looks nice.
No, it's forced blue. I mean, this looks pretty not working, right?
Yeah, does this cover enough? You don't have that piece.
No.
That's 5.
Are we? This is our last green, right? We have to find an orientation of this that works.
I don't know. I'm not convinced we eliminated all the orientations of all the other pieces.
Well, you can fit a pink there.
Oh, this is.
That certainly looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe.
We need another pink here.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of things.
We
to
do, but I just love
that
this,
one,
this gear-shaped one wants to just
Yeah.
go in all the different possible angles.
Well, this is also pink.
Well, this one is nice because it gets this pink out of the way of whatever's going on the other side.
No, but then you need another pink right there, so you're not going to have space.
Not even for the 3 pink?
Oh,
So you're saying this has to be 1 pink that spans that whole
well,
thing?
not necessarily, but like, you certainly can't fit the 3 pink if you use this piece. Like, can you do like this and then have like
And then put
something?
No,
just
doesn't look like it. Okay, is there a pink that can span both of those?
No.
Well, then I think we might be screwed again.
And this is sort of the least. Well,
then that
no, you
three
can
pink
do.
That's
over-
good. Yeah.
Is it good?
Okay.
Is it good? You forced blue now.
It's not that good. No.
You ended up with a 1 hole. No.
It's still predicated on proper analysis of the first move that we did.
It's not at all guaranteed. No, this doesn't.
This is when you're supposed to stream on Flummox.
Flummox!
Hey, on the stream, Flummoxagon. Is the straight?
No.
What is the straight through leaf?
This is what we just
Did we
looked
just
at.
have that?
Yes,
Okay, sorry.
blue. Leaves us with blues being necessary. We also did a very deep analysis of this location, which, are we convinced that that analysis was fully correct? Did we fully analyze this piece, really? Go that way. Can't go that way. Like, did we look at this scenario?
I'm not sure.
I think we looked at that. We might have looked at that. Wow, I'm not convinced we looked at all these. Oh, it looked so good.
Mm-hmm.
But we're pretty convinced that we're stuck here, right? Did we look at this? We might have looked at this. I mean, it's still a nice piece to go there, but then we're forced blue, and we don't have a good way to do it. Just take that piece back. No, it doesn't work. Nothing works. Nothing works. Being forced blue is the worst. These blue pieces are killing us. Hmm. I really want this piece to go here because then that makes our further analysis easier because that piece can go anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to believe that we fully eliminated that. It's hard to believe anything. Did we do this already? Feels like we did this already. This is just rude. Clearly it's this one, right? That's just looks so perfect.
Yeah.
Isn't that when you shoved that other piece in there? Then we got stuck?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
mean
that
that's
a
already
different-
eliminated. You
is that
can't. That's forced. That's just it.
But that's the only piece that can
Yeah.
go in there.
I'm going home. Bye.
I feel like we eliminated this, didn't we? This is like only this. And this is only this. And this is screwed. Because this is forced blue and there's no blue. Yeah. we did this.
Yeah.
We definitely looked at this already.
Yeah.
Did we look at this?
It's 10.
Yes. Doesn't look good. No,
This is bad.
no. This is forced pink. If you're gonna do two pieces, one of them has to be this. And yeah. There's no. No. We already did this, right? Yeah. Because that's 7. Oh, there's nothing.
Yeah. It's hiding over here.
All right. Now what? Now what? We failed to get anywhere.
We just missed it. We looked at everything, but we missed it.
We missed
Either that
something.
or we have a bad placement. We should have done the analysis with those other pieces in the game still.
These pieces?
Yeah.
I mean, we can backtrack ourselves. Try this shit again. Do this, and then we do. What was the move?
What is here with this?
Oh, right.
Is that truly forced?
Oh, yeah. You were like, is that forced? Why are we questioning things that have been litigated long ago?
So I forgot. I think it is.
Alright. No,
That's no.
no,
Yeah, okay.
no.
It says first.
Yes. Alright, so then we're like, is there a world where this is the move? And then the subsequent move is this. This is the only thing that fits. And then there's only one thing that fits there. This has to be green. Or no, it can also be pink. But there's no pink that fits. This has to be pink. And there's a lot of things that can fit there. What do you want? We could go back from start from here and litigate this spot again. Now that we have this
Yeah.
piece, this changes everything.
Yeah.
First of all, we have to ask, is there a blue that can go there? That's the first step, which, I think the answer is no. At least, no.
No.
And there's this stupid piece, but this is like some insane thing. We were like, no way, right? No way. But it's possible. It's always possible. Even do something like this. And of course, we do this. Does that actually work though? Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
You can do that. Also
Mhm.
works.
Oh, there's no.
And there's this stupid corner. So this is likely to be either this or this. If we would think this, then this has to be green. Right? And then it's kind of fucked. Yeah, this doesn't really work. But we can do it like this. Then pink. Oh man, it's the wrong L. L's there. So that doesn't work. Is there a different pink that works here?
Um.
Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't have to be this piece. These pieces though. Got so many pieces. But once you start introducing this, it gets like very constrained very fast. Because then we're forced green. And there's not much that can go here. You're forced green on both sides. So it pretty much has to like be a green piece that fits right there.
Yeah.
And what other possibilities are there really?
We already tried the big pink one. I forgot.
This one, yeah. This?
That's probably no.
Nope.
So. Is that it then?
Feels like it. I mean, no, that doesn't quite fit. Uh,
Pretty satisfied.
so we've eliminated
It's
this
not that
blue
on.
piece. And there's all the green pieces. God. How many ways can this green piece go? 1, 2.
Mm,
3.
that looks.
We've got this beautiful little configuration here. That looks too good. Too good. How are we supposed to test if this works? Why are you putting a blue there?
I'm saying if it is a blue or not. That isn't. Oh, wait, that
No.
does have a way to.
No, right?
Yeah, it does. This one.
What? Oh,
And then
and this one. And we do want to put this up here.
Yeah.
Works, it works.
This blue only has one place to go, right?
Oh god.
We win.
Did we do it?
We win.
We win! We did it!
Hooray!
We did something terribly wrong to eliminate this the first time. Only we were timing ourselves. We did it!
Huzzah!
It feels pretty random.
It was calculated.
I mean, it did feel like this piece had to go here.
It did just.
We had the other configuration with that piece fitting there. We're like, oh, it's so good. Then it
What?
didn't work.
So
But that was with the other piece.
this piece was up there before, Or no.
No, well, this piece was up there.
Yeah.
You were like, no, we had this piece, but then this was not viable because we didn't
Right,
have a
right,
solution
right.
here. I don't know how far we took this, but we definitely tried this. Did we try this exact thing? And then it just didn't work because we had the pieces switched.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Well,
Flummoxagons! They're very fun. You can actually pre-order them now on our website. I don't know if they're easy to find. They may be hidden. Many hours of fun to be had with the Flummoxagon. We just did 3 scenarios. And it comes with 13. Except that one of them is weird. One of them is all the pieces have to touch a like color instead of not touching. And we don't give you any of the pieces, we just give you the shape. So it's like kind of like 4 individual puzzles, one for each color, where they all have to make a certain shape. And we tried it, never succeeded in finishing it, so it's really hard.
yeah. Yeah.
Didn't succeed in any of the colors. But that's a different, very different kind of puzzle, because it's just a tiling puzzle. There's no constraints except that you've got to fit all of your blue shapes in one blob, all of your green shapes in another blob, etc.
I think it's very satisfying to look at the tiles all packed together like this. Very rewarding feeling when they finally fit in there.
Yeah, especially when you've just been trying things over and over so many times and everything's a dead end. And then finally, it
Yeah.
all works out.
Another fun way to play is to sort of golf it down. So you try to follow the color rule as much as you can, and then you you fit all the tiles in there and count how many are violating the color rule. And I found that satisfying because you still get all the tiles fit in there, but then some of the wrong colors are touching. You see how close you can get to actually succeeding. But
All right.